Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening, everyone. When 100 years from five for fighting, 100 years. We already have our presenter here, Miss Iren, and also we have the um, moderator, Miss Aisyah. And let me just give the session to Miss Aisyah, which then will be continued by the presentation from Miss Iren. Miss Aisyah, time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Dennis. So, good evening, everyone. Hopefully, we are all in our best conditions today. Uh, so, uh, um, my name is Aisyah, and I will be serving again as your moderator today. And then we will be hearing a presentation from Miss Iran. But before we get started, I wanted to take a few minutes of our time to read our rundown for tonight's agenda. So our first agenda is grading participants and reading the CV and rundown as well until 7:45 p.m. And then the presentation until 8:05 p.m. The next agenda is Q&A session until 8:25 p.m. And then the first breakout room session until 8:40 p.m. The second breakout room session until 8:55 p.m. And the last agenda is taking picture together at until 9 p.m. So let's just straight into presentation from Miss Iran today. And she brings the topic, and the topic is foreign language learning strategies. Please, Miss Iran, the time is yours.
Thank you, Aisyah, for being moderated today. So before I start my presentation, I would like to thanks Mr. Dennis for giving me another opportunity to share, because we should use any opportunity to develop ourselves. So this is such a good opportunity, actually. And today, Kaifa will help me to share the screen. Can you help me to share screen? So the topic that I want to share tonight is foreign language learning strategies. But before all, let me open the presentation. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi guys, how are you all doing tonight? Hopefully you are in a good, in your best conditions, despite of, we just had a very heavy rain here in Depok, and several areas are flooded. So hopefully you guys are all right. So as I told you earlier, my topic tonight is foreign language learning strategies. Next. I quote this from Rumi: speak a new language so that the world will be a new world. But before we get into the topic, I would share why I chose this topic. The reason is because language has become a very close things to my family. My husband speaks more than 3 languages. She speaks Dutch, English, Arabic, French, Bahasa, and after I think after several years now, he is also learns to speak. Is it Italian? Yeah, Italian. It's Italian. So it's not a whole thing. It's just a common thing that our family likes. So nothing special about that. Like probably some of you like music, So, but our family love languages, and my oldest son also speaks more than two languages. He speaks English, Bahasa of course, and then Dutch, and then now he's learning how to speak in Sundanese, my language. So after several years of trying to introduce my sons to language, finally they decide that this year they will learn Sundanese. So I'm so proud of them. And then my second son also speaks more than two languages. He speaks Bahasa Indonesia, of course, and English, a little bit of English, and Bahasa Sunda as well. Next. So this is the overview what we're going to discuss today. First one, I will give a brief introduction, and then start with the strategy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 and 7 is for the stages and closing. Next. Okay. Language learning strategies can be a great help when learning a new language, right? A language learning strategy is an approach to learning that is meant to make learning easier and more successful. That's the whole point of strategies. A strategy is kind of like a map. It provides direction and assistance to help guide you on your journey. In this presentation, we will talk about strategies that we can use to help us master a new language. We'll also take a look at how to create language learning strategies that best fit your needs. Okay, this is the first thing that I always tell my son. If you want to learn a new language, you have to know your goal. Setting goals helps clarify what you need to work on and where you need to begin your journey. To figure out what your language learning goals are, you might first want to ask yourself what motivates you to study the language. Okay, we have some participants here, so I think this is a cool thing about being a presenter. You can ask the audience. I probably want to ask. Oh, Mr. Acep is here, so I will probably ask Mr. Acep.
Yes.
Why did you decide to learn English, and what motivates you? I just take a short answer.
Interesting, Miss Iren. Yes. First of all, I started learning English when I was in junior high school because that was obligatory thing for me, and I had a kind of that experiencing that my English teacher was not kind to me, and he kind of doing a sort of physical attack to me because of I didn't have skills in English that time. So that motivated me to I have to show that I can learn English well after that, and I can show to that teacher that I'm able to go abroad, for example, and it happened. So that motivated me to learn English.
Okay, thank you. I think everyone will have a different motivations and a goal. So that's for English. I will ask oh, this is a different language. I will ask Sister Aisyah to share why do you want to learn Chinese? Because she is majoring Chinese, if I'm not mistaken.
So my main reason why I want to learn Chinese is because the prospect in the language is so many people also learn that but at first I'm not interested in Chinese because I'm just found out that the East Asian language like Japanese, Korean is interesting, and the character is not too hard to write. So I think I wanna take the Korean major, but I didn't accept in that major. So I find the alternative is the Chinese. So I think as more I'm getting used with the Chinese, it's like I'm getting many opportunity from to like working in the future and also being a teacher in like international high school. Like it's giving me much money, and I think the main reason because I want to have a good work in the future. So it gives me money and something that like can leading me into another good opportunity like that.
Okay,
I
thank
think
you.
it's the reason.
That's cool for Chinese and then English. And oh yeah, I haven't asked Kaifa. Kaifa, why do you want to learn Sundanese? Because in this presentation, we're not only talking about English. This is about language, right? So this is a strategy in learning language. So Sundanese is my language, my mother tongue. So probably you haven't heard about it, but that is the one of the language that close to my heart, but not to my son's heart because they raised in ibu kota in Jakarta, near Jakarta. We live in Depok, so maybe I should ask him too. Why do you want to learn Sundanese?
Okay, so first of all, why I want to learn Sundanese because uh my I think that my opinion is if we want to learn a foreign language, we have to master our local language first.
Okay, thank you. So we can see that everyone have their own opinion about why and what. So the most important is to have a goal in whatever language that you want to learn. You have to, you have to hold a solid goal. So later on, if you find difficulties, you won't be shattered. Next. And then this is the second one. The second one is to immerse yourself in the experience. Another language learning strategy is to put aside your study guides and immerse yourself in the experience of learning language. Instead of poring over pages and pages of grammar rules, try to make your target language as normal as part of your daily life. Watch YouTube, listen to podcasts, read books, write diary entries, or talk to yourself out loud. So this is important if you want to learn English, for example. So you have to immerse yourself in the realm of English. Watch YouTube in English, never use subtitle or listen to podcasts or read books in English or even to write something, start to write something simple in English. Or maybe you can, apply that if you learn another language too, like if you learn Dutch. So you can immerse yourself into that. Next. The next one, this is how to immerse yourself. The first one is listen on regular basis. It's quite easy for us to learn English because we can listen to it on a regular basis. We can listen from YouTube and then podcast, and so on and so on. So it's going to be easier for us instead of like learning Chinese, because I don't know where you can listen to Chinese in a regular basis. Like not really, maybe this is because of my less knowledge on this, but I don't know anyone who speaks Chinese except for the Chinese, and Sister Aisyah is my first friend who can speak Chinese. So yeah, so listening to your new language on a regular basis is a good strategy for improving your overall proficiency. This is because when you listen to something in your target language, you receive input. But what does this mean? So input is the language, like word, phrase, intonation, sound, etc., that we are exposed to when we read or listen to something. Languages are best learned when we are exposed to input that is mostly comprehensible. Um, I have met some of my friends, Indonesian friends, who speaks like native. I mean, like in intonation. If you close your eyes, you may think that you speak to a native speaker. And then I asked some of them, how can you do that? Have you been abroad? And they said, no, we haven't. You know, we just study at school and this and that. So that's amazes me because that's the power of listening something in regular basis. You know, if you listen to a podcast like let's say TED Talk, probably the intonation that you will use is like TED Talk.
Recorded.
You are so get used to it. So make sure you listen to lots of your learning language. Next. And then, okay, this is also important. Read as much as you can in the language. Another key strategy for your language learning journey is to read as much as you can in your target language. It means like the language that you learn. Like listening, reading provides us with input which our brain use to learn. Input is essential for picking up our new vocabulary or grammatical structure. So the more you read in the language you're trying to learn, the more you learn. And you know, like social media now, you can, you know, it's very easy to find a very simple and not too heavy reading materials now because we have social media. You can, you know, you can follow Twitter or um, Instagram, or I'm not sure if Facebook is still exists, but probably you can also read Facebook. And reading in your target language might seem really daunting at first, but I promise it's not as scary as it seems. Start small. Try reading road signs, menus, lyrics, or even simple social media posts. This is what I say when you know, you read social media posts. It's short, and then if you read it every day, you will get used to it. You can even change the setting on your phone or computer to a different language. This is great for reading practice. Just make sure you know how to change it back because my friend changed it into Russian, and she didn't know how to, you know, set it back to English, and that's like that's a total chaos. And my husband used Dutch for his default in his iPhone, and I think some of us also set you know, different language with the language that you learn. Next. Okay, now this is a little bit challenging, is write as much as you can in the language. Like reading and listening, you should also write as much as you can in your target language. Writing hones is strengthens, yeah. Writing hones your productive capabilities, meaning you get to practice producing the language yourself. You need to strengthen your productive skill in order to fully master the language you're learning. So start with a very simple thing. Um, when my sons are younger, they, you know, until this day, they need to go to, you know, every morning they need to go to warung sayur to buy vegetable. And I used to write it like in English, what to buy, and then I start to write words in English. You know, it takes time for them to understand, but over time, it's easier for them, and then they will write it back whenever they, you know, they need it. So writing is very essential. While it's certainly important to practice your grammar and spelling writing in your new language, it doesn't have to be so formal. Again, start small. Write a grocery list in a new language or keep a language learning journal where you track your learning progress. Whatever method you choose, just keep in mind that the more you write, the easier and the more natural it will become. It will take time, so be patient everything needs process, and learning things need time. So writing is the new stage. You know, like if you want to take tests like IELTS or TOEFL, we have Mr. Dennis here to help. But it's not just one night process. It takes time. You need to sharpen your skill and your your language. Next. And then use spaced repetition to improve your vocabulary skill. I will probably, if I have another opportunity, I will share about spaced repetition, because lots of journal writes about this, and it's already academically proven that it's a good a good strategy to learn something. So spaced repetition is one of the most effective strategies for improving your vocabulary skills. Spaced repetition refers to the process of distancing or spacing out review session instead of studying everything in the same time. So let's say you learn vocabulary. Let's say you learn 20 new words today. So the best way using spaced repetition is not to practice it tomorrow, but the 3 days after. That's the most possible, because 60% you have 60% of memory, your memory still on the new vocabularies. And if you use spaced repetition on the fourth day, probably it will be increased to 70%, and then the next 3 days, if you repeat it again, you will have memory like 80%. That's spaced repetitions. So spaced repetition can also help you remember words better in long term. So that's the goal, long term. Spaced repetitions also used in memorizing things. Like I use it for memorizing verses from Quran. That's also works really well. If you compare which one is better, I will recommend spaced repetition to memorize things. Next. This is we live in the era of of technology. Strategies number 4 is to use apps to help you out. May I ask a question again? How many of you use language apps to help you to learn language? Okay, only 3. Okay. Okay. Do you use language? Okay. Now I want to ask a random again. Mr. Herdi, what apps do you use?
I use Duolingo.
Oh, okay, Duolingo. And Mr. Dennis, what apps do you use?
Same like Mr. Herdi, I'm using Duolingo. I used to have Elsa. Yeah, I think those 2 apps that I have so far.
Okay. And what about Mr. Acep?
I used to use a certain app, but I forgot from a kind of Cambridge thing. Yeah, but now I'm still using dictionary. Basically, I mean online dictionary from Cambridge. So to learn some phrases, I use Cambridge dictionary, both dictionary for vocab and dictionary for phrases.
And Sister Aisyah, what apps do you use?
Also Duolingo to improve my Chinese.
Yeah. And there are lots of apps out there, whether you need to subscribe or not. We here use these apps called Rad's Kids. It's for children, to help them how to read and to comprehend a text. But it's also a good apps for adults, I think. Wait, I think I need to show it, but maybe later. So electronic devices are increasingly being used as a tool for education and language learning. As for interactive learning application, we can improve and control our skills in learning foreign language. The apps will help us to concentrate on specific aspect of the language. There are two benefits of using apps. Firstly, you can learn different language with them at any time of the day or night. You can open your Duolingo, whether it's in the morning, whenever you have time. And secondly, modern applications are just ideally designed for fast and effective language learning. For those who doesn't have time to go to classroom, they can just open the apps, and then, while on a train, they can practice their language. And also, the apps allow us to use text, listen to foreign speech, and put new words in our minds. Developers use the latest techniques and methods, thanks to which we can significantly improve our English level. Uh, Wait, I need to share these apps that I have. So probably if you want to read in this app, there are lots of books you can read, and this is my family favorite apps. Wait, can you stop the screen here because I want to share. Okay, wait up. I will open this. I will open this apps. Okay. Here. So wait, I need to. This is the apps that we use for my sons. Is reading A to Z or Rad's Kids. We can download it in phone or whatever. But there are hundreds of books here from any level. We usually use, from if you feel like I need to start from the very basic, you can start from AA. But if you feel like, well, I do good with language, I just want to brush it up. Maybe you can open, see there are lots of books, and you can also listen to it. I will open one book from, let's see, this is from a level U. So let's say about Australia. So in this app, you can listen, you can also read, and you can also have some quiz to test whether you comprehend your reading or not. And wait, I'm opening the book. Okay. Oh, so cute. Koala. So there are also words to know. This is the fun thing of having apps. There are new words every day, and then because this is the higher level, so there are chapters. But and you also can listen to it. Wait, I need to go back. Okay, we can use listen to it like this.
Australia, written by Terry Miller Shannon. Welcome to Australia, the land. Australia is the 6th largest country in the world. It is as large as the United States, not counting Hawaii and Alaska.
So, these apps also help us to listen in daily basis. For children, it will be fun because it's not as long as this, of course. It's only like short sentences, and sometimes it's only phrase. Like lots of topics here. The green one, like let's see this. It's very fun for children to do it, and even for adults like me, I like to read it. But this is for reading, right, and listening. So see, it's very simple. Do you live in the country? They eat wigs from trees, things like this. So this is one of the apps that we can use. So just we have lots of opportunities to learn new language nowadays. So but make sure you will enjoy the process. Next. Okay, there are several stages or process in learning something. This is what I learned when I was in the university. So stage 1 is pre-production. During this stage, the student is normally silent while listening to new words and gaining an understanding of the language. Like you know, like my students now, some of them, we have English club, and they said like I can only listen, and I said that's fine because that's the pre-production. You need to um get input as you know, as much as possible, so you can have a new vocabularies and stuff. And then the second stage is early production. At this stage, students start to practice pronouncing new words and typically learn at least 1,000 new words and their meanings. They also start using their new words to spread in the short phrases. So if you can say, hi, my name is, I live in, you know, without your knowing, you already got 100 new words actually in your memories. You just need to recall it, and the one you recall it the most, that the word that you say. So do not be worried like I'm not good learning language. Maybe you are still in stage one and you just need to be patient so you can get to the stage two. And after the stage two, there are stage three, which is speech emergence. Vocabulary continues to expand and student will know a minimum of 3,000 words by the end of the stage. They start to speak in longer phrases and sentences and to ask questions. In addition, at this stage, they will start reading and writing assignments. So if you now hear already in the stage four, that's awesome. Means you have at least 3,000 words um, in your memory. Next. And then stage four is intermediate fluency. The one who are in intermediate fluency start to think and form responses in the new language. Okay, I need to ask a questions again. This is my third questions. Who usually think in other language than bahasa Indonesia? Okay, Mr. Dennis. Okay, anyone think in another language? So if you want to say something, what come up in your mind is not, you know, your other language. Okay, this is okay. Okay, thank you. I will ask Mr. Zainal, I suppose. What language come up when you know, when you process things? May I know, Mr. Zainal? Oh, it's okay if you want, if you feel like that's a private thing to share. What about Optimus Prime? Okay, wow, we have Optimus Prime here. Village. What language do you use to process?
Usually English, but sometimes I have some Japanese words or in Indonesian.
Oh, okay, mostly English. Because somehow the language that you used to think that remember when I share the quotes in the first of my presentation, that will change our mindset. Really, like it 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 will affect us that much. So your logic, your you know, critical thinking will base on the language that you have in mind. And for my parents also speaks English, but they think uh, in bahasa Sunda. So it's kind of like different, even though we are in this, you know, we have a common knowledge, but it's still different. So that's intermediate fluency, and then stage 5 is advanced fluency. People who reach this stage continue to improve upon and expand their vocabulary and abilities in their second language. Next. Okay, oops, this is the closing. Why do I put this at the closing of my presentation? One of the best way to learn a new language or learn anything really is to make a lot of mistakes. Don't roll your eyes just yet. As frustrating as mistakes can be, they actually provide us with opportunity to learn. Once they are corrected, of course. Corrective feedback is a form of input your brain can use to help you avoid making the mistake a second time. So my husband told me about the first time he learned English. And then the teacher ask him to write something in simple tense. And my husband just like, what is simple tense? And then just write down the verb and then past tense. And my husband just like, what is this? And then it was very embarrassing at first, but now he told our sons that that is the starting point when you know that you won't make the same mistake again, is by being if someone corrects you or you are being corrected. um, that's really important. Corrective feedback is a form of input. So if you learn something, especially if you learn language, say anything you want. I mean, like, not anything you want, but you can make lots of mistakes. That's fine. And then people will correct you, and then you will have input. And then you will say another thing, you will have input, and then that will make you rich. But even if you do make the same mistakes again, don't worry. Making mistake can be evidence of learning. You heard it right. In the process of learning a language, there is a stage, even when children learn their first language, where making systematic pattern errors. So next time you make a mistake, take a deep breath and remember that this is a natural and crucial part of the learning process. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you for the opportunity, and I will give it back to Sister Aisyah.
Okay, thank you, Miss Iren, for delivering such a wonderful presentation, and I'm sure that this kind of topic really helpful with the rest of us. So, the next agenda is Q&A session. So if you guys want to ask question or something related to the topic, just raise your hand or type your question in the chat box if your mic is not good. So Miss Iren, can I be the first to ask her question?
Yeah.
Oh, also Mr. Dennis. Okay. So the second will be Mr. Dennis. So Miss Iren, I want to ask this question. I've been searching the answer for this question such a long time. So my problem is I want to keep improving my English, such as like the grammars, the vocabularies, and so on, like improving my English in any aspect. But in the other hand, I have to focus on learning on Chinese more, because despite the difficulties, the language is also determines my GPA. So do you have any method or any way to manage my, like, I want to my English is also improved, but also I want to keep my Chinese ability is not like disappear or something like that. I want to keep the other language is improving together. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. I think my voice is not clear.
That's very good.
Okay.
Okay, so what I experience and what I will share both, yeah, and what my husband experienced a little bit different. But when I learn English, I also learn another language. My professor back then told me you can go with both language, but you need to make a clear cut. Where do you use it? Like if you use for a language, then you use this language, and then if you communicate, you will use that language. That will help our brain. That my professor told me. But at the same time, when my husband are studied in Leiden, he learned Dutch. At the same time, he learned Arabic. And then the professor asked him to stop because he needs to choose which one, you have to decide. So again, it will be back to you, Sister Aisyah, whether you're going, which is the language that you will use the most. and if you say like I will use English the most, but I will, you know, for GPA I need Chinese. So for Chinese you can, you know, brush it up with your academic life, but for English probably you can use it with your social life. That's what my sons do. Kaifa now is learning Dutch and Sundanese at the same time. But you know, learning Dutch is you know, like his brain is automatically, you know, like change when talk to my husband in Dutch and talk to me in Sundanese, and it's just like poof poof poof, something like that. It's just something that, because language is you know, spoken language is for communication, so he uses that for communication. But for you, for GPA, I think that's more like cognitive part. So you need to spend more time with your Chinese to get more, you know, good GPA, of course. But for English, you can brush up, you know, like in this session or with your friends and things like that. So you can see the difference. The other one is more strict, and then you need to follow the rule and stuff. You cannot really make mistake because you need to get good GPA. But for another language, you can use it like your casual tools of communication, things like that. Well, yeah, hopefully that answer, but hopefully it's not.
But Miss Iren, do you think it is possible to us to learning 3 language in the same time? Like in my case, I only learning 2 language in the same times, but many other people learning 3 and more language at the same time. Do you think it is possible to keep that many of language is still improved in the same time?
For me, not possible. Sorry to answer.
Also think
I have a capacity that I can learn more than 2 languages at a time. I have tried, but it didn't work. And I know my capacity, like there are lots of barriers toward that. But for my husband, for example, now after he graduated and then back to Indonesia, he learned another language and it simultaneously worked. Like when talked to his friend in Italy, he will speak in Italian in Italy. And then when talked to his professor in UFA in his new university, he will use Dutch. But yet again, it's about the purpose. What is the purpose of your learning language? It's not only like getting lots of input of language, but you know, you have the goal. What is your goal? Your goal is to communicate, for example. So I think that's also the main reason why someone can speak more than 2 or 3 languages at a, you know, and learn it at the same time. There are lots of polyglots in the world, and they learn many words and many languages. So I think it's possible, but if you ask me, is it work? Does it work for me? It doesn't. So, yeah. So maybe you can try it. You can try it and find the best fit for you.
okay, thank you for the answer, Miss Iren.
Later on, we can ask anyone here who probably learn another language than English, and then they can share, and they become the presenter, right, Mr. Dennis? Yeah, something like that. Okay, is that all? The question?
Okay,
Is that all?
yes. It answers my question really well. So thank you, Miss Iren, and Mr. Dennis, you may ask your question right now.
Thank you, Miss Aisyah, and also for Miss Iren. Yeah. What a wonderful presentation. This is also the topic is match to my how do I say, my interest. I love language, so not only just English, but I love some other languages. But it's if you talk about English, I already learned English since 2005 after I went to US for the first time. But it was 15 years ago. But now I'm learning about some other languages, similar like your husband said. Not as many as your husband, but I studied such as Spanish, French, and Japanese. Uh, I learn, not I speak. I don't say that I speak. So I, you can say that I look like a 4 months old baby because I've just learned those three languages for 4 months already. So my questions to you, Miss Iren, if English, we have lots of communities. In your opinion, for other languages, do you or your husband probably have community about some other languages? Like your husband said about Dutch or Italian. I mean, is there any community like us? If there is, I want a community that do not judge each other, you know, like our community, we don't judge your grammar or things because learning for Miss Aisyah, it's gonna be so stressful because it's learning for getting GPA. But learning for fun, it's just fun for me. So my question, do you have any community or people who speak some other languages? And if you have, can you probably give some information related to it? Thank you.
Um, there, to be honest, there are no community like this community so far. I think this is one of the best. If you have tried to join many language community, because judgment will always be there. You know, there will be always someone who will judge you. It's not like that. It's plural. It's singular. You know, things like that, and you start to feel like I cannot do this language. Things like that. But for community, there are for Dutch. There are several communities, but they are, you know, we need to pay for to join the community. Not free like this. Yeah, this is a very good place for us to learn. And you can contact each embassy of the language that you want to learn. For example, if you want to learn Dutch, you can try to find information from the embassy of the Netherlands. They have Erasmus Haze there. So there's a place where you can you know, you can learn. But again, it's not community, it's more like courses. And then for Korean, you also can find it in the embassy of Korea, South Korea, of course. And then, you know, almost all languages will based on the embassy. But for community with you know, free participant like this, no, I haven't found one. Or and wait, there is a community for a Dutch, but it's for you know, it's only old people like 70 years old, 60 years old, and they gather use the language, the Dutch. But again, the language is not up to date. It's like 20 years ago language. So yeah, I haven't found one community like this.
One more question, probably, Miss Iren. If there is no community, like if you have any apps, because to be honest with you, studying Duolingo is stressful. Why
Yeah.
is stressful? Because it's translating. Like, I actually want to know word like, let's say, la computadora or computer in Spanish without translating it. But Duolingo, it's more like translating one by one. But if you have any information about, or if everyone else also have information about application where we can speak, you know, like Elsa is good because it's about pronunciation, but I don't find that for other languages. If you know any, that's my last language. That's my last question. Thank you.
Let's see. Duolingo is good, but I don't use it because I do feel like a little bit stressed out using Duolingo. And then you have to keep up and things like that. And, you know, you cannot miss one, you know, things like that. Just let's see, but most of the apps, let's see, there are some apps that actually are good, but again, there's no such perfect app so far that I could recommend, except the apps that you probably already knew, but no, most of them will translate. That's a problem. It's not natural. Yeah, so I'm so sorry. It's so
It's
far.
okay. Thank you, Miss Iren.
Okay.
I give it back to Miss Aisyah.
Okay. The Q&A session is ended. So our next agenda is first breakout room. And back to Mr. Dennis.
Okay, thank you very much, Miss Aisyah. What a wonderful presentation again. So now we are going to the breakout room. But before we move to the breakout room, I see there are some new participants joining this session tonight. So before I put you into breakout room, I will explain first what breakout room. In the breakout room, you will be partner, you will be pair with a random participant here. You will talk about anything. You can talk about the presentation tonight. You can talk about your family, anything. Yeah, it's about 15 minutes and there will be 2 breakout rooms. So that's about the breakout rooms. And before we move to the breakout rooms, I saw there are some new participants. So let's see here first, their names, their motivation, and how do they know this program from. So first, probably I see Mr. Ritong. Mr. Ritong, is this the first time for you? Oh no, suddenly it's gone. I think it's because of the internet. Is it? Yeah, Mr. Ritong hopefully will join us soon. But I also see Mr. Rafi. Mr. Rafi, can you please introduce your name? How do you know this program? And yeah, about that one, please, Mr. Rafi.
Okay, let me introduce myself. Thank you, Mr. Dennis. I know about myself. I'm student in university in Jakarta. I know about this session. Mr. Dennis share link in the group and I join in this session.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rafi.
Okay, thank you.
We have Mr. Ritong back, Alhamdulillah. Mr. Ritong, sorry, can you please introduce yourself and can you tell us how do you know this program from? Check, Mr. Ritong, can you hear my voice?
The audio from Mr. Ritong is not available.
Oh yeah, not yet. You're right, Mr. Sugianto. I just double checked to the. Oh yeah, Mr. Ritong has not. Okay, probably besides Mr. Ritong, we also have some other new participants here. Before I put you into breakout room, let me double check. Miss Amalia. Miss Amalia, you are from. Miss Amalia, would you mind introduce yourself, please?
Mr. Thank you for introduce myself and Amalia. I'm sorry, I cannot open my camera because
internet, yeah.
Internet is crowded.
It's okay, Miss Amalia.
Amalia, thank you for sharing this for me.
Okay.
Metropolitan of Jakarta.
Yes.
And then thank you for I'm sorry.
Okay.
Confidence.
No worries. Thank you, Miss Amalia. Thank you, Miss Amalia. Okay. After Miss Amalia, it seems as Mr. Itong already joining with the audio. Would you mind introduce yourself, sir? And how do you know this program from, please?
Okay, my name is Mr. Ritong. I come from West Borneo.
West Borneo.
Yes, this is the first time join with this program.
Okay.
For motivation, I join with this program. I want to improve my English.
Oh, very nice.
Okay.
And how do you know this program from, Mr. Itong?
Yes, I think this program is very good.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Itong.
Okay,
Thank
you're
you.
welcome.
Okay. And I think there is one more, Miss Istiatun. Miss Istiatun, can you please introduce yourself, if you don't mind? Okay, probably Miss Istiatun is still outside somewhere. How about Mr. Mamat? Is this the first time for you, Mr. Mamat?
No, sir.
Brother Altames.
Oh, come on, Altamis. You make me confused, because I cannot see your face. And welcome again to Mr. Agus Rahman, Miss Ifti, for a long time haven't seen you. And then Mr. Sugianto, Miss Cindy Santika. Miss Cindy Santika, is this the first time for you? Just want to make sure. Is this the first time for you?
Yeah,
Okay.
yes, this is
Can you please introduce yourself then, if you don't mind, sorry.
okay. I'm Cindy Santika. I live in Jakarta. And I hear this program for my sister. He told me about
What the program? I think it's the internet. Okay, yeah. Similar to Miss Ritong before, but hopefully Miss Cindy can come again. Miss Isti, while we're waiting, could you please introduce yourself, Miss Isti?
Mr. Dennis.
Hello.
I'm so sorry
It's okay, Miss Isti.
because my English is not good.
It's okay. Our group is fine. We don't compare your English. We don't care.
Yeah,
It's
we
fine.
ever need. I ever meet you in the akreditasi my prodi in Politeknik Negeri Jakarta.
Yes.
Next week and last week, yeah. My name is Isti. I live in Depok. I work in Politeknik Negeri Jakarta. So Mrs. Amelia is my friend. So I know this program from my friend, Mrs. Dia.
Miss
You know,
Dia.
yeah.
Okay, yes.
I thank you because this program is good for me, so I can improve my English because I know my English is not good. Thank you,
No worries,
Mr.
Miss Isti.
Dennis.
Thank you very much, Miss Isti.
Okay,
Okay.
welcome.
It seems that Miss Cindy Santika is going to join us soon, but it seems that she is still connecting to the audio. But welcome again for Miss Elita, Brother Kaifa, which is, of course, not that new. Your mom is here. So, Mr. G, Brother Nabil, Z, Mr. Herdy, Brother Azam, Optimus Prime. Okay, there you go. Miss, you make me.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. No worries. I don't mind. Miss Cindy Santika, can you please reintroduce yourself? You don't need to turn on camera. It's okay, Miss Cindy. Can you please introduce yourself again, Miss Cindy?
okay. I'm Cindy Santika. I live in Central Jakarta, and
You know it from your sister, you said, yeah?
yeah.
Your sister is here now?
Hmm?
Your sister is here now?
No.
Oh, she's not here. Okay, welcome, Miss Cindy. Okay. I think I have already known others such as Brother Kashfi, Miss Nurul, long time no see also Miss Nurul, Miss Kia, Miss Isti, like I said before, Brother Matt, last week was tremendous. Now let's put you into breakout rooms.
Mr. Dennis, Kashfi, he hasn't introduced himself. This is
Kashfi is here? Wait, where is it? Oh yeah, there you go. This is the first time for Kashfi, yeah? Please,
Yes,
Kashfi.
this is my first time joining this class.
I actually, go ahead, Kashfi. Please introduce yourself, Kashfi.
Hello everyone, my name is Kashfi Sastra Pratama. I live in Depok, and I'm Kaifa's brother. Yes. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Kashfi. I met you last Friday, last Saturday, yeah? When did I meet you last time, Kashfi? Online?
I forgot to.
I think
Maybe it's Friday.
Yeah, either Friday or Saturday. I also forgot.
Yeah.
Because I just became your substitute teacher, right? Okay.
Yes. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Brother Kashfi. Do I miss anyone else? No. Okay. Now let's put you all into breakout rooms. So, you know what? For tonight, I will let participants choose room. Yeah, usually I choose for you. But I just know last time, oh, this is how we create the room. So if it's either you can choose your room or I will choose your room. Maximum 2 people in room. Yeah, so there are 12 rooms and you can go to any room. So you can be partner with anyone. Yeah, usually I put you into the rooms, but now let's put your own room. So don't say, Mr. I go with this, I go with that. No, now you can choose your own room. So you may enter your room and I open our room starts from now. Wait, 15 minutes, yeah? 15 minutes. I open our rooms. Wait. Allow participant to choose room. Okay.
Check the settings.
Wait, yeah, I just need to check the. Okay, let me open all rooms and it begins now.
Oke Pak, 4 oke Pak.
Iya.
Welcome back, Mr. Rafi, Mr. Nabil. Yeah,
Yeah, hello.
we're waiting for some others, yeah.
Okay.
We're waiting for some others to join back our main room. Okay, seems that everyone's going back.
Okay, sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry, Mr. Dennis.
It's okay, Miss Isti. Okay, so before I put after this, I am the one who will choose partner with you. So it's going to be for start from next week. In the first time, you can choose your partner, but the second time, I'm gonna choose it for you. Yeah, randomly, basically. So, but before that, I forgot to take a group picture first. So if you can turn your camera on now, we're gonna take a group picture before I put you into second breakout room. Okay, so let me take a group picture. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, it's not finished, yeah. I just take a picture for. Okay, we're going to take the second breakout room, but now I'm gonna choose it for everyone. Please tell me if you already with the same person. Okay. Just a moment. Okay. Please tell me if you already with the same partner. In room 1, there will be Miss Elita and Miss Nurul. In room 2, there will be Miss Amalia and Mr. Rafi. In room 3, there will be Mr. Ritong and Miss Isti. In room 4, there will be Mr. Nabil, Brother Nabil with Miss Aisyah. In room 5, there will be Miss or Mr. A, I'm not sure who is he, with Brother Acep. Room 6, there will be Mr. Agus Rahman with Kaifa. In room 7, there will be Brother Mad and Azam. In room 8, there will be Miss Z with Miss Cindy. In room, wait, yeah. In room 10, there will be Miss Kia and Mr. G. And in room 12, there will be Mr. Herdy, Miss Irene, and also Optimus Prime. Okay. And I think there is some new friends joining. So, okay, if you are 3 people, I might put you with different partner, but don't be worried. Same 15 minutes with your partner opens now.
Yeah.
You're waiting some
Okay.
others to
Mr.
join.
Dennis, sorry to interrupt.
Oh, sorry.
Mr. Dennis,
Yes.
I need to go out earlier because I still have homework to do.
No worries. Take care.
I-
It's okay.
Thank you for
very
the
much.
time, Mr. Dennis.
Thank you very much, Miss Aisyah. Okay. So for the last session, there are 2 last sessions. First, I'm gonna give Miss Irene for the closing statement. Anything you wanna say for us, please, for tonight's presentation, please.
My closing statement would be if you are learning language now, just be patient and go through the process and immerse yourself in the realm of the language. Okay, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much, Miss Irene. And now the last session, we are going to find a new speaker, a new moderator. to be a new speaker or new moderator, most of the time, you need to join our session for 2 times at least. And to be moderator, also the same. So does anybody want to be a presenter next week? Zizi, are you ready?
No.
Okay, sure. I want to ask Mr. Agus. Mr. Agus, it's been long time. Do you want to share something, Mr. Agus?
Can I go with the moderator?
You want to be
I haven't
moderator?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll put you in to be the moderator, yeah? Thank you very much, Mr. Agus. Okay, we have the moderator, Mr. Agus. Then who else? Okay. It deja vu for me. Last week it's also the same. We got the moderator already, but we don't have the presenter last week, also similar. Anybody wants to be the presenter? Okay. I will not force anybody, but I am going to send again to the group. I mean, because if you become the speaker, you become the speaker, you become the speaker, it seems like I force people, and I don't like to do that one. So I am just going to ask again to the group who will be the speaker for next time. And for
Mr.
Miss
Dennis?
Isti, sorry, anybody wants to say
Yeah, Mr.
something?
Dennis. Me,
Yes.
I think it's okay. I'm speaker next week. I'm going to share about digital literacy thing.
Whoa! Okay. Awesome, Blossom.
Yeah, I think that's a good topic to discuss as well. So I need
Awesome.
to expand my knowledge in that area.
Sure. So I don't need to ask anybody wants to be a speaker next week, and we already have the speaker. Thank you very much, Mr.
No
Ajab.
problem.
And for Mr. Ritong, Miss Isti, Miss Cindy, Kashvi, if you want to join our WhatsApp group, I already sent you the in the chat room. So if you want to join, you may. Yeah. And we will always have the meeting for every Sunday night, except probably we will off our meetings by 24 and 31 because everyone also wants to have holiday. So 24 and 31 December, I mean. So 24 and 31, we might not have a meeting. Yeah, but we still have 1, 2, 3, 4 meetings left until, so we have 1 month left. Thank you once again for everyone. Let's take a group picture. So for some people who still here up until tonight, okay, let's take a group picture. 3, 2, and 1. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a great night. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi
Waalaikumsalam.
wabarakatuh. See
So much,
you.
y'all.
See you all. Thank you.